today's video is a little jumping one. I actually filmed this video the day after our dressage. I haven't got a chance to stick my newest rosette under my little rosette wall of fame. But yes, this is a little jumping vlog. I thought it'd be nice to have a little jump with him, just to let him have a bit of fun. He loves his work anyway, but just let him have a bit of fun because he'd been working really hard with the dressage the whole, I think it was 2 weeks leading up to the show on Easter. So we had a little play with an exercise that we hadn't tried before. So I have quite an issue with whenever I land, I kind of collapse on his shoulders. I'm normally a very kind of, oh, good boy. But I lean my weight very far forward. So if he were to stop or if he were to spook and jump to the side, I would just be straight off. Luckily he's very good and has not done that. But I need to work on sitting back a bit more, and it's not so much that I can't, it's just a habit that I need to get out of. And also another thing is I don't push him enough. I collect him quite a lot. And also he would kind of tend to rush towards a fence. So I tried this little exercise. The main aim is whenever I jump, I have to turn. So I have to sit up and ride. And then he can't rush because everything's on a circle. So he can't take off with me. And I have to push him forward because if I just ride like a lemon and let him saunter about, he's not going to make the striding into the fences. So I tried to tackle all of this and come up with this little exercise. I didn't come up with it, I found it on Instagram. But I just found this little exercise and thought I'd give it a go. So I'm going to stop my rambling, and I didn't film any warm-up clips, by the way, for this vlog because you've seen it before. But I will do a little voiceover and I'll get on into the video now. So as I said in the previous little intro, I didn't film my warm-up because I always do, and I feel like you're going to be bored sick of it. So I did do, obviously, lots of walk, lots of trot, lots of canter. I did the cross pole on its own a few times. I also gave him a little lunge to stretch out his back, because I just like to do that before we jump, just with his age and things. So here you can see I've just trotted it first. Just so we kind of realised what we were doing, because I don't normally ask him for tight turns and things. So I just wanted to let him know kind of what was happening. And then I asked him for canter. Then he thought he was done. So that's my bad habit. I just normally train over one fence and then let him stop straight away. So had to do a bit of keep my leg on this day to let him know that no, we had to actually keep going. Obviously in a show environment he gets excited, so that's a very different scenario. But I do trot it a few times just while he gets the hang of the whole thing, and also while I get the hang of it, because it was actually really confusing with all these circles. But the good thing about this exercise is you can do it so many different ways. You can change leg over the fences, you can keep it the same way. You can do it both ways. Like, there's so many variations to it, which I loved, and it also kept Moreno's brain like really ticking. So I actually really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it to anyone having the same type of issues as me, or just anyone that wants a new wee jumping exercise to try. But I started off with 2 cross poles, tried to do a flying change there, didn't work, didn't have enough leg on. I started off with the 2 cross poles. The fence closest to where my dad is filming is around 70, I believe, and then the fence, the only other one left that I haven't talked about, was about 90. So we started off small, and disunited and everything. Started off small, and then I built them up to, I think 2 were around 1 metre, 1 was about 90, and then there was about 70 because I was too lazy to put it up, being the only reason. So yeah, just how we play over that. Did it loads of different ways, some of which aren't on video, so if it looks like I'm favouring one rein, I didn't. I did keep it very even, but unfortunately I don't have the phone storage to film absolutely everything, so you'll have to bear with me and believe me that I did keep my training equal. Kept it very varied because, as you know, Moreno gets very bored. and lots of walk breaks as well. But I wanted to keep in all our dodgy strides and my bad riding and how many times I got confused and just forgot to turn, like there, for example. Because I get confused with things like this. I am not a show jumper by any means, and new exercises are really tricky, and I always feel like people ride them and it just looks like they've done them a million times before. But both me and Moreno, this was not the case. We're not show jumpers. We try our best. We like to have a bit of fun. And you can see there's a fair few messy jumps here. For some reason I just can't ride cross poles, I think I've discovered. But yeah, no, we had lots of fun. By the end of it, he was exhausted. It really had his brain ticking. Nicely flying change over that one. But it really got his brain ticking. He really enjoys it. He loves his jumping, which is great to see, obviously, with him being 20 now. So I didn't push it. I didn't want to go too high, especially with the tight turns and everything. So that's why we kept it at the heights that we did. But yes, again, I couldn't recommend this exercise enough. And you'll just see another dodgy stride. I'll just keep all the clips in so you can see how I build it up and what way I ride it. And yeah, I'll stop my rambling on now. Oh, look at me putting my leg on. How brave am I? But I'll stop rambling now and put a wee bit of music over it so you can enjoy the rest of the clips.
Baby, wait, I know that you're afraid, but it'll be okay if you just stay with me. And we can run from here and we can disappear and they won't find us where we are going, dear. So baby, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe in something that only we can see. Oh, so baby, hold on to me, hold on to me.
So I just wanted to nip on here with the good old voiceover once again. It was just to let you know, this round I should have called it quits here, because he jumped really well. However, you can see that I messed up the striding, and it was just poor riding on my behalf really. But I did try a few more times, and it looks like we left the ride on a worse attempt than this. It looks like we left the ride on a bit of a bad note. However, I wouldn't really say that. He was actually very responsive. He was shortening and going for longer strides and going for shorter ones whenever I was asking for them. However, I was knackered because I'd been working all day, every day, you know me. So it just, my riding was getting poorer and poorer, is that even a word? More poor throughout the session. And I just thought, you'll see it coming up. He does a flying change over the fence and lands on the wrong leg. But if you look at my riding, you can see that it actually does look like I've asked him to change. And I just thought, I'm going to try and ride him through it. And he is quite balanced in canter, so he was able to keep the counter canter. And you can see I really push for a long stride. And he pops the last fence, does a little flying change over it, fixes himself. And I just thought I would leave it on that note because although it may have looked messier than the attempt that I was talking about before, he was so responsive and he really sorted himself out and got himself out of trouble. And I didn't want to keep going and punish him for that, because that was very smart of him. And anything when your horse gets you out of trouble, you're always appreciating it. So just wanted to say that although it looks like I was leaving on a bad note, it really didn't feel like it. I'm not a fan of leaving rides on bad notes. But yeah, that's all I wanted to clarify, just more of my rambling. But yeah, I'm going to shut up now and let you enjoy the rest of the video because he is just class. Oh, that was a bit of a shocking stride. But he's just such a good boy. I just can't get over him. I absolutely adore him. So that is all for this week's video, guys. I am really hoping to have something very, very exciting for next week's one. But I can't say anything yet because nothing is set in stone. But if it is, I will post it on my Instagram, so head over and follow that. It's Ellie and Ralph 1. Oh my god, all my chins just came out there. That was horrendous. But yes, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you next week with a very exciting video. If it doesn't go ahead, I'll still tell you what I was planning in the next vlog, but I really hope this mad idea of mine works. I just keep your fingers crossed that everything works out, and I can't say it because I know if I say it out loud then it won't happen, because that's just my luck. But anyway, yes, that is all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you next week for another one. Bye!